Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Quick look here at Solana. Going to double check this struggle bus that is the Solana train here. What we're looking at is descending trend line consistently getting rejected and effectively unable to establish higher highs or higher lows. Technically we have higher lows, so I misspoke there a little bit, but that is a good stepping stone into higher highs. But we're having some trouble breaking through that level. So if you're new to the channel, welcome on board. I hope you can learn something today. CryptoCash.tech is a site linked down below if you're curious and want to become a better trader. We do have a lot of awesome trades right now. Granted, Solana is one of our few stop losses we hit this month. We made up the difference last night with some nice Blue Zelle and Dogecoin profits there in roughly 10 hours. They're a good 20-25%. Okay, so Solana. What do we talk about here today? Well, let's jump into the back end data this last 7 days of liquidation first, and we can see just every all longs getting destroyed, including ourselves. We were part of that statistic there. I think we got triggered out at like 167, and look at this wick all the way down to like 162. So that was a little destructive wick there, and of course price action pulling back up. Let's take a look at the last 12 hours though. Before we do, just note there's a lot of liquidation between 176 and 179. So it is more probable the price to continue higher than it is to go lower, based on larger amounts of volume being to the upside in liquidation. And keep in mind too, folks, right now, technical analysis is helpful, don't get me wrong, it's still beneficial, but it seems like understanding manipulation, power of three movements, or just say in general, liquidation sweeps, these are all things that are very, very helpful right now in the market because it's a very manipulated market, okay? Between now and Bitcoin halving, we're gonna continue to see this. So just be mindful of that, be very careful with your trades. And at this point, we can see 176 in the last 12 hours is the heaviest concentration liquidation, 176.50. So those are important levels to note just because they're commonly sought after for the whales, the market movers, and we're just kind of got in the crossfire sometimes. All right, so taking a quick look at the daily time frame, let's quickly understand we are not in terrible shape, but we're also not so great. So the easy way to understand it here is that we're still below this descending trend line. That's not great. We're underneath the 20-day SMA as well, hanging out about 184, 183 range. So we can presume that's going to continue to be a resistance level for us. We also have a tentative resistance level, which is more of like a 4-hour support level from before, 177.50. That might work as a resistance. So just keep in mind we got a lot of resistance above the price action. So if we do end up coming up, those are likely rejection areas. And what we want to do here is pull out this fib just a little bit further so we can get better perspective on it, and take a look at some simple moving averages and or, more important here, RSI. RSI being under 50, this is not a good sign. Bitcoin's back up over 50 on the RSI, which is great, but Solana's still struggling. And that's not a good situation at all for any coin, because once again, what that basically means for me is that we're generally bearish and will continue to be until we break back up over that. It's not like a definitive line on the stand, but it's an important thing, an important metric to me to be above 50 on the RSI, preferably on the daily and the 4-hour. We're not seeing that right now, and there's a good chance the 4-hour is probably struggling too. However you look at it though, that's not a great sign. Money flow index is okay. So this coin does technically have a lot of money flowing into it. There's a lot of support in the 170 range. So there's no doubt that a lot of people feel that 170 is a good value, okay? However, stochastic is swinging down and MACD is still diverging. Not a lot of, proof that the price is just going to instantly recover here, at least based on the daily time frame. Again, we don't take one time frame into consideration. That's why I look at everything, but that's not a great sign. What's also not a great sign is being below every single moving average on the 4-hour time frame. That's terrible. The 20-day simple moving average is working its way down with this descending trend. Getting above that would be a good start. And then, of course, if you keep in mind too here, let's go ahead and we'll highlight this in yellow. This is just somewhat of a support range for the moment, okay? So we're basically range bound. So if you haven't watched my Trading University videos and you're part of my community, make sure you watch those. I do talk about the 3 different types of momentum. There's descending trends, there's horizontal trends, and ascending trends. We're obviously in a descending trend where we're establishing lower highs and lower lows. However, to break that, you need to be able to establish range bound activity, which we have a tentative range here. And if the price breaks up, then it'll likely pivot and bounce off the most recent high range, using it as a new low. So that's what we're going to be looking for. However, the inverse can also occur. You got to recognize too, the price can go down and do basically what is referred to as a bearish backtest and continue lower on its descending trend. So that's currently the path we're on right now. In order to break that trend, we need to break above this descending trend line and or break through this resistance level. So we're really, really looking for 174.5, 175 is a round number, to be able to solidify the ascending trend, or to start the ascending trend. Now, it's not a guarantee that it'll just continue, because it does, but it's a stronger probability, and we go with probabilities here. That's basically what trading is. Technical analysis is all about statistical probabilities in either direction. There's never a 100% guarantee, but you can have a really, really high conversion rate based on a lot of confluence. It's generally how we trade. It requires patience and a lot of skill set, but regardless, I think it's recommended that you kind of pump the brakes and relax. If you're considering a long position right now, it doesn't seem all that viable. We're still under 50 on the RSI. While money flow index is increasing, that's a very positive sign. That does imply sustainability of this price point. It also doesn't give us confirmation that we want to take a trade just yet until we get above that resistance level. Okay. Same thing here as well. MACD is converging. This is a positive sign too. So if you take the momentous, type of indicators here, generally speaking, money flow index and a convergence of sorts, it's good, but it's still not great. We are establishing higher lows. Yes, this is important, but it still hasn't officially established higher highs, and higher highs is kind of the stepping stone to, ascending trends, which is what we're looking for. You buy into ascending trends and you sell into descending trends. Okay. So anyways, having said all that, taking a look at the Ichimoku cloud, this is positive-ish. And what I mean by that is the conversion line's above the baseline, giving us good momentum on the upside. It's positive. We can see the lagging span is tentatively free and clear of the price action. And when I say tentative, if it goes straight sideways, it'll be within, letting us know that we're probably going to continue lower. Okay, so this is likely the occasion or the occurrence if the price action cannot continue higher. What I mean by that is, in order for the lagging span to be free and clear, it had to come up here, and the price action would have to be up here. If it is up there, that would give us a candlestick closure above 175. Bob's your uncle. We're good to go. Okay. So again, that's what we're looking for, 175 or higher, really. Between now and then, I think it's just kind of a hope and a prayer that the price continues higher, because there's nothing really here that's definitive, letting us know that we're going to be able to break this trend. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at there. Hopefully that makes sense. I described that correctly. If it doesn't make sense, watch it over again. If you need to learn more, CryptoCash.tech is a site link down below. We've got a lot of new members coming over. Just make sure you read through my signals guide. And if you want to be part of these trade signals, just make sure you read, again, through the signals guide so you know specifically how they work, how they're structured, because my day trades and my swing trades perform a lot different. All right. Thanks again so much for watching, folks. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.